Um, Next we have our bonus game footage, baby. Before we come to the main draw. I love this little gif. I gotta make this little gif. Um, Deep Rock Galactic is a bonus game for this year. It's funny because Deep Rock was released, I think it was 3 years ago, nearly four, because I know that they had their 3 year anniversary this year. So it's almost coming up on their fourth year, I think, in April. And I don't know how this game has gone so under the radar in kind of maybe mainstream sort of games, news and media sites, and even forums and stuff. But I came across the game on a YouTube, a best kind of co-op game YouTube video, I think last year, and I was completely in love with this game when I seen it first of all.
Yeah.
I really like. It kind of reminds me of Left 4 Dead in a way, like classic co-op shooter. This is kind of, I think, like Deep Rock is the best co-op shooter available right now. That's not Left 4 Dead. Forget Back for Blood that also came out. That's like it's a replica of Left 4 Dead. This game is so under the radar and so just like it doesn't get as much praise as it probably should.
Yeah.
It's so
I
comfortable and so cozy.
I
It's just
agree.
great. Like, yeah, it plays exactly like Left 4 Dead. There are four of you. You each have different roles. There's like a gunner, an engineer who can build sentry guns. There's a driller who can drill holes with like his driller hands to reach new areas. There's a scout that can light up the cavern and also reach new heights with like little grapple hook. You kind of fight against these bugs and do missions within these like mining sort of planet to get resources, and then you can bring those resources that you gathered out and unlock like new cosmetics and even upgrades for your weapons and change how the weapons works, like get different
Stuff to
overclocks.
stay.
Yeah, you mine stuff in the levels and then bring them out after missions finished. It truly is like one of the best co-op shooters I've played in recent memory. It is spectacular, and the reason it's a bonus game is because, like I said at the start, multiplayer games that are still being updated now, regardless of year, if they're still being updated, they are eligible. It could be a game released in 1998, kind of like Age, that is still eligible for to get into the list.
Yeah.
I just love this game so much, and one of the things I love about it is that it's actually so easygoing and so casual and cozy. It's very much a
So
cozy
good.
game, and the
Oh,
community is also really nice for the most part. Um,
yeah, you just got people
yeah,
play with like people. I was so glad when like you like put me on this game and we
mm,
started playing it together. There's a lot of stuff like obviously because like I'm only in it that I'm still learning about.
yeah,
So and it is kind of hard like to describe it like to someone who's playing it with you. Like I think
yeah.
side by side it would be easier to understand, but like because we're like over the comms like talking to each other, it is sometimes it's a little hard to understand like certain things that you have to do because like sometimes like it misses the point and like maybe you know it so you just go straight through it. And I just kind of go around and mine stuff. Like it's just nice to go around mine stuff in
Like a
video
typical
games.
dwarf.
I just do that. I really enjoy it. Like
Yeah,
it's such a cozy game. A lot of the time, we've kind of got into a habit of kind of like we've got into a habit of playing this rather than Apex because I know someone asked obviously about
we
Apex.
did. Yes,
Is
yeah.
why I enjoy Apex. It's a sweaty game. Apex is for like a multiplayer.
Apex is
Um,
brilliant. Yeah,
it will still always be a game that like I think we'll play,
yeah.
but this kind of took over from it. And then something we didn't mention, and I'm surprised actually you didn't put it in, because it's not on our number one, is Halo.
Oh,
We did not talk about Halo, and this just reminded me of it.
I forgot about. I
After
forgot to even mention
after
Halo.
Deep- after and even before Apex, it's like it's taken over Apex for us. Is Halo Infinite?
Halo Infinite.
Multiplayer.
Yeah,
This I grew up with Halo. I
so good. Yeah, and the new game is really knocking it out of the
oh,
park. It's
it's
excellent.
detail.
Right?
We don't have footage of it because like we completely forgot about it. You
I
told me about it.
completely forgot. We have been playing it since I think it released early November, like the 9th or 10th or something. But man, that
Yeah.
game is so good, and it really does like it's a throwback to like the golden era
Oh,
of like Halo and like multiplayer,
oh,
and it really it does the series justice, I think. And
really
I've
well.
never played Halo before. I only played the first one on PC all those years ago. I think I was like 11 or 12 maybe,
God, so
and I liked it back then, but I never had an Xbox, and we didn't grow up with Xbox, and even on PC I wasn't really that interested in my teens in playing Halo.
yeah.
But there's no denying that Halo is back, baby. It's definitely back.
And
It's so good.
a couple of stuff ago, and we
Yes,
got Apex. I know, like
I
lots of
think
people
so.
still we still play Apex, but Halo is kind of taken over, and then the Brock very much has taken over as well as like that's why that's the bonus game. Like that's the cult
Absolutely.
taken over. Like
I feel like if Apex and Halo are the competitive shooters, then this is our what's a word for
cozy shooter.
non-competitor? Maybe let's call it a cozy
We'll
shooter.
just call it the cozy
It's
shooter.
just so laid back. It's so chill. There's weekly challenges to do. There's unlocks to get. There's cosmetics to reskin your dwarfs. That just it's so
Yeah.
funny. The actual the game audio and the voice acting is so good in this game, and it never really gets a shout in like mainstream sort of games
Yeah.
media. And I don't know how this game is not more known. It's known in its circles and like maybe PC culture perhaps, but it's not really that known in mainstream. And I don't know why, because the game is a technical powerhouse.
So good.
It's yeah, it's just so well put together. It's so robust, but it's so quiet. It's like a silent juggernaut. And the game only got released, or well, it was released 4 years ago, but the game got a major update, and it's released like a battle pass with new cosmetics,
Yeah.
and that was in, I think it was maybe September or maybe October. I think it was October actually, October 4th. I think I
It
remember.
was because it was just
Mm,
coming a bit to have something like
that's right, actually,
that.
yeah. And the game is constantly being updated. And I know I just read on their forum posts that they're updating the game to include even more weapons. They're adding new secondary weapons and
So
new
good.
battle pass after the season one. The seasonal battle pass is a little bit slow progression, and that would be like a criticism of this game I have overall, is that progression is very slow and completely randomized loot that you get like for your skins and like cosmetics, which the game isn't really about that. The moment to moment gameplay of this game is so fun, and the character and class variety is just so incredible. It's so much fun to, and you can jump into each dwarf has a different role, and you can jump into each one and a different
You
mission.
can make different
You can make yeah, yeah,
different guns, different skins for
different weapons for each class.
them.
Yes, that's
I
right.
just it's a
It is
cozy good
cozy.
shooter.
It is cozy, but it can be as competitive as you want. There are different difficulty levels that you can
Yeah.
have in the game as well. But you can like set those levels down if you want to jump in for like a nice little cozy. But you still
Yeah.
earn the same rewards as you would be if you're playing it on extreme difficulty mode. It's so good, and I really do love this game, and I
Yeah.
hope to be playing it for a while yet. I feel like this game could definitely have a permanent place in my hard drive as well. It's just to jump into every now and again. It's incredible.